Hi. What do you think about AI? Is it a potential threat or a useful tool? If you ask me, my take is very simple. AI is nothing more than a train. It's neither good nor bad on its own. What matters is the conductor, someone responsible to ensure a safe journey. So, welcome aboard this train of thoughts. Settle in and enjoy our journey with a fascinating landscape of progress, law, and responsibility. My name is Martin, and I'm your personal lawyer on this ride. As you might know, a lawyer is someone who solves a problem you didn't know you had in a way you don't understand. And normally I would add point 4 and charges you a lot of money. But fortunately, today we only skip to this timetable. So first of all, we need a problem you didn't know you had. And trust me, we have a huge problem. Humanity is facing a scientific technical progress that has reached a level and a speed that is nothing short but a revolution. Whether it's AI, biotechnology, or other emerging fields, the consequences are massive and often unpredictable. Depending on who you ask, progress may either save humanity or wipe it out. But now you might think the politicians and states are taking care of this, right? Well, not exactly. At least in international law, we have what is called the Lotus Principle. That means states are basically free to do whatever they want as long as there's no specific rule who binds them. And when you look up progress regulation in international law, you find exactly this. There is no global regulation on progress. So, there is no global regulation of progress. However, I challenge this view. I argue that even though there is no explicit rule, progress deals indirectly with the regulation of progress. I argue that there is a responsibility to and for progress in international law. So basically we're done. We have a problem, we have a solution, leaving the only thing missing an explanation that you don't understand. So in fact we have reached the point where lawyers like me would start juggling with paragraph and using strange Latin-sounding terms that leaving you completely lost. I will talk Latin and you will say, it's all Greek to me. Or, to use the German equivalent, you only understand train station. But here's the good news, AI is nothing more than a train. When you think of trains today, they are kind of boring and normal stuff. But back in the 19th century, people were afraid of trains. Trains were too fast for the human body, people fearing they could literally drive you insane. In general, trains were considered dangerous and almost impossible to regulate. Nevertheless, trains prevailed and changed our understanding of space, distance, and time. And I'm not talking about the feeling you get when you're waiting for your train and it's delayed and delayed and delayed. I'm talking about the fact that train companies were the first to introduce standardized time zones. So if you ever had the feeling that train time and real time are two completely different things, that's absolutely right. But now you might ask, what has this to do with our actual problem? In the past, states were able to regulate all these kind of technologies. And they didn't just stop progress or let it run its course. No, they balanced the benefits and risks of this development. And in this balancing, they assumed responsibility. Today, humanity is once again facing an industrial revolution. The difference to the past is, however, we now have a framework of international law. And even though the international law does not directly regulate progress, it provides us with valuable guidance. I spare you all the brain freeze, legalese, and legal magic stuff, and just give you the big picture. There are many legal sources in international law reflecting on the regulation of progress, especially United Nations Charter and human rights treaties. So unlike in the past, progress is not only, the regulation of progress is not just a question of political will, it's a question of a legal responsibility. And this legal responsibility can be divided into two parts. The responsibility to progress entails that the state has to maintain the conditions of scientific and technical developments. And then this leads to the responsibility for progress. States have to guarantee that progress does not harm people, but people can benefit from progress. So altogether, the responsibility to and for progress can ensure sustainable and peaceful management of progress on the international level. So, next time your train is delayed, don't think that this is a problem. On the contrary, it confirms that also time-changing technologies can be kept on track. It's just a question of responsibility. And with that, I would like to say goodbye to all passengers. Take care and responsibility. And most of all, thank you all for choosing Royal Train today.